Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. If you're new here, you're welcome to like and subscribe to our videos. If you like our content, at least hit the like button. But we're back at the house. We got to set the sawmill up. We've been mobile sawmilling for the last few days, and been a lot of work, but it's been nice weather. We've had about a week of nice warm weather, and today all of a sudden it's raining again and it's cold, so it's winter again. We got the sawmill set back up. You see it behind me there. It's behind the truck. But first I've got to get this area cleaned up. We got a mess, and I've got loads of sawdust that needs to be moved and chunks of logs I've cut off the ends. So we're gonna get this cleaned up, and we're gonna get the sawmill set up, and we're gonna be cutting some walnut today. First thing I'm gonna do here is I've got all these end cuts laying around in pretty big chunks, and I can't quite move those by hand because they're super heavy, and kind of got them everywhere. I'm gonna get those piled up and moved over beside our slab pile just to get those out of the way. But we gotta get that bucket on here after, well, we gotta move these logs first, these stumps, whatever you want to call them. I'll use a grapple for those. But then we'll get the bucket on here and we'll start moving the sawdust. We're gonna get it spread out real good and spread out over our ground before it gets muddy, because it is sprinkling and it's cold and it sucks. But let's get to it. So I got that sawdust spread out all over the real slippery parts anyway. The stuff that gets kind of nasty and muddy when it rains. But save a little bit here for my greenhouse. But now it's time to get this mill set up. I'm about to back this mill back up here and get it set back up on the jack so we can start sawmilling again. All right, I got the sawmill where I wanted at. It's a little further forward this time than normal, but I was getting a little close to the board, so we're gonna get this thing set up and off the truck. So we got the sawdust kind of cleaned up, spread out over the mud. We got the sawmill set up on the jacks. I got a log on there ready to cut, but now I have a dilemma. My key switch stopped working. It won't move. I've messed with it, and I never pull this key out, but I pulled it out the other day because we were traveling and I didn't want the key to fall out while I was going down the road. So, and I tried both keys and I don't know what's going on with this switch. So I'm gonna have to take that apart and try to fix it or replace it or hotwire it. So the worst part about this is I had someone call me wanting some walnut, but they needed it pretty quick. So I was gonna hurry up and cut this and, you know, make a little money for today. But and I said, yes, I can go ahead and get it cut for you. But now we got everything ready and I can't crank the mill. But she's loaded up and ready to go. Now I gotta take that key switch apart and see if I can fix that thing and get this thing running today. You can't get behind that switch to get to the screws, but I got this fancy little doohickey here. Used to use this working on airplanes. And there's the switch. And this will be more for reference when I put this back together, because if I have to pull these wires, you know, those are soldered. So I'm gonna have to disconnect the wiring harness. Crap. I tried a little WD-40 inside of it, but it didn't seem to help. Maybe I should disconnect the battery. I might have to resort to hot wiring this thing. Dang it. Well, now it's Thursday, and rather than hot wiring and fooling with the wires in this switch, I went ahead and ordered a new one on Amazon, and already got it put in and installed now. And I got my log on here. Unfortunately, it's a little late this evening. It's gonna be dark soon, so I can't start cutting today. So I'll have this log on the mill and ready to go in the morning time. We'll start cutting that walnut up. I got the new switch in here. And she's running fine now. There's the old switch. I had to cut the wires off the factory switch, and that one's definitely a little cheaper. It's got more Chinesium in it, but I had to crimp new ends on and wire it all back up. So let's crank it up and ready to go now. Got it all buckled back up. So it's running again. But tomorrow morning we're gonna get started on this log. It is nasty, wet, and slimy down here. This sawdust I spread, it's just, I guess you can hear my feet. It's well, it's just sloppy. It's nasty, it's so wet. We had a lot of rain this morning. But we're gonna make it worse tomorrow probably. Also got in my axle bearings and seals for the Bobcat. And now you can see this one wheel back here that's leaking the worst. However, the front left bearing is the worst. It's got a lot of play in it, makes a lot of banging noises. So hopefully the axles aren't damaged and I hadn't run it too long like that. I try to be easy on it and try not to pick up too much weight and try not to travel with it too much. But it's definitely got to come apart and get all new bearings put in. I may do that this weekend, or I may do it tomorrow. I don't know yet. I gotta finish this wood first. And really all I have to do is move wood from here to right over there, so I don't have to go far with it. But I'll record that also and show you what that entails. It's gonna be a pain in the butt. I've done it before, but it's been years ago, and it's definitely time for it again. But we'll see you in the morning. she is, cut into. This don't work as well as a drywall knife, but you can cut drywall with it. Beautiful walnut. It's not as dark as some of the ones I've cut, but it's still got a nice dark color to it.
Very pretty.
Sure, once it's cleared and stained or whatever, it'll be nice and dark. Well, there's all my slabs. This board right here was, I could get some wood out of that, but the thing started bowing on the mill and I couldn't hold it down. So I just had to throw that one off. It's a lot thinner in the center than the ends. I tried flipping it over and it didn't help either. But that's what we got out of this thing. It's these are 9 by 4/4. So I cut them 4/4 thick, and it's mostly hard. So there's a little bit of sapwood on some of the edges, just because I should have trimmed that one edge off, but it'll be fine. He didn't care about the width or any of that stuff. He's buying by the board foot, and he's doing cabinets with it. So he's going to cut it all down after planing it anyway. Well, it's lunchtime for us. We're about to go grab a bite to eat. And when we get back, we're going to throw another log on, and we're going to get our pallet of black walnut built up. Our goal is 350 board feet of lumber. Well, we're back from lunch. I already got one log on here. I already took a slice off of it. This one's just over 8 foot long. Flip this over. We'll flip it all the way over to the flat side. Found some tenants living in there. Yeah, we got some local residents in this one. Got an ant hill. These are some big ants.
Yeah.
Oh well, I need to fill my sawmill and juice up because we are empty.
can't be any worse than a fire ant. Well, I mean, I guess it could be. They're just falling from the tree.
And if you're wondering what kind of bottle I'm using to fill my sawmill juice with, that's a DEF bottle. I think I've said it before in the videos, but that's a diesel exhaust fluid container. I picked it up in a trash can at a gas pump at the gas station, just because I know they're 3 gallons. And if you have a Norwood sawmill and you have a tank right there, you know that's 3 gallons and it fills it up perfect. Just a little tip for you, Norwood owners. Time to evict some of these ants. Ants living in the bunghole. Yeah, I didn't put this one down because I didn't think I was gonna hit it.
Hold on.
What else we got there? We got some 1x6s. They're actually 6.5 inches wide, but I'm sure they'll trim some of the edge off. The last tree was 63 board feet. I'm gonna tally up this one real quick and see what we got out of that. got our third log for today on the mill here. This one's nice and pretty and big. It is right at 21 inches. Wish that was the big side. On this side, we are at 17 and a half inches, or let's just say 17. So we're gonna see what we can get out of this one. Hopefully we can almost finish up what we got. I got another pallet over there full of wood too, or full of black walnut. It's already 4/4, actually some of it's 5/4. So this will add to our collection here. I think we ended up, that last little section there was 73 or something. I think it was 73 board feet. But total, I think we're at 130. I can't remember. I think it was 130. Got a pretty chocolate mocha look to it. I'm going to take 1 more inch off the top before I flip it. When we got this flipped over, I got it almost squared up. Just got to zip this top off. But it looks like we will probably get 10 boards out of this thing, but they are 12 inches wide. So that'll give us some board footage. So we're gonna cut this thing down and see how many board feet we get out of it. I'm guessing 9 boards, hoping for 10, but guessing 9. How many do you think we'll get? Getting down to the good stuff now. I'm gonna go ahead and change this blade out so we don't get any warping on this stuff, because walnut's pretty hard, and this blade's been cutting a lot of wood lately, so it's time to change it out anyway. There, even though it has a little bit of sapwood on it. It's beautiful. Got 2 more here. So how many did we get, Bonnie?
That's 10. We got 10.
We got 10. Awesome. This one's got a little bit of a figure to end here. It's nice.
It's pretty.
Gonna make some pretty cabinets.
See, how many?
We're gonna get our square feet calculated on this and see what we got. Some of you probably already know.
Oh, that's pretty too. That last board.
Yep.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah.
Now they're going to the back again.
So there it is, and that was 110 board feet, just so you know. The 1x12s, and these are all 4/4. Bonnie had to go put Jetty up a little while ago. He was digging in the sawdust, and if you didn't know, black walnut sawdust is like an irritant, so you really don't want your animals in there, and you really don't want it on your skin or breathing it or anything else. I love the smell of black walnut, and it doesn't bother me. It doesn't really itch me, but I've seen it ration people up pretty bad, and that's what 334.4 board foot of black walnut looks like. So we're sitting at 334 board feet right now, and I have to have 350 total, and we're losing daylight today, so the camera died earlier, and we had to take a little break and charge it up and run to town and do some errands, but we're gonna finish up tomorrow. But for now, this is it for this video, and we appreciate you coming and watching. And if you're one of those guys who's been watching and hadn't subscribed yet, please reach down there and subscribe, or at least hit like.
Thanks for watching.
Later.